أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Continuing with our videos where we are talking about step-by-step guide on how to complete a Umrah. We have now completed all the rules pertaining to Ihram. To summarize for my children, because I know the videos were long, but we were talking about the wajibat of Ihram, the muharramat of Ihram, the mustahabbat of Ihram, and how to lift ourselves spiritually. But simply put, and really simplifying it, Ihram is very simple. It is making an intention that I am doing Umrah qurbatan ilallah. I'm wearing this Ihram qurbatan ilallah for Umrah Mufrada, doing the Talbiyah and wearing the Ihram garment. Simple as that. There is nothing complicated with regards to Ihram. Now, there are certain things that are recommended not to do. I'm not going to go through this entire slide. I want you to pause here and quickly read through this. But there are some of these things that we have already covered, like not wearing black as your Ihram. So I'll give you a second to pause the video here. Continuing on. Once you have recited the Talbiyah, now you enter into a state of Ihram. Now you become a muhrim. Certain things now are prohibited on you. And it is incumbent to stay away from these things. It is haram to do these things. And I'll quickly enumerate them. Then I'll need your help. So very quickly going through this list. Number 1, hunting. Number 2, sexual union. Kissing a woman. Touching a woman. Now, does that mean if I am going around the Kaaba, am I not allowed to hold my woman or my wife or my daughter? No, you are allowed to hold them. For example, if you want to cross the road, you're allowed to hold the hand of the wife does not become haram on you. But the sexual intention must not be there. So touching a woman with lustful desires is prohibited. And there are penalties to be paid if somebody does that with lustful desires. Looking at a woman and flirting with her, masturbating, reciting nikah, wearing perfume, wearing sewn clothes for men only. This is only for men. Wearing surma or kuhul, mascara kind of thing. Looking into the mirror deliberately and for the purposes of beautification. Wearing shoes, slippers or socks for men that cover the entire foot. So as long as the part of the front of the foot is uncovered, then wearing such slippers is permissible. Outrage, becoming angry, fusuq, quarreling with people, killing insects found on humans such as lice, or even if a mosquito comes and sits on your hand, you're not allowed to kill it. You can remove it by blowing at it or something like that, but we're not allowed to take lives once we are in a state of ihram. Of insects, beautifying oneself, applying perfume, removing hair from the body deliberately, covering the head for males or dipping one's body in water, even for females. Covering of the face by females. So somebody might be saying, well, what's so hard about covering my face by females? Believe it or not, we in the West might be accustomed to our women not even wearing hijab, so not even caring about it. So for them, this is a very easy one to comply with. But believe it or not, in some cultures, covering of the face for the women is almost wajib. My hair stands up and my body shivers just when the thought comes to my mind. How did Fatima Zahra alayha salam do her wajib hajj? Because these wajib conditions were wajib on Fatima Zahra alayha salam as well. Now, our fuqaha say there are other ways that a woman can protect her chastity during these kind of rush. But it is incumbent of the woman not to cover her face. Sheltering in the shade for men. So men are not allowed to take shelter from the sun and from the rain mainly. So you carrying an umbrella or traveling in a car or a bus that stops the sun from shading them is not permissible according to Ayatollah Sistani. Now, we are exempt from that because we are traveling at night. However, if it starts raining and we are not able to stop the bus until the rain stops, for safety reasons, sometimes we're on the highway, the bus driver is not allowed to stop, then we have no choice but to give one qurbani, one kafara, which is a sheep, And inshallah, it's unavoidable, but let's hope and let's pray that inshallah it does not rain when we are traveling, or if we're sleeping and we're not aware that it rained, and when we we realize that it rained, then inshallah we are exempt from that. Bleeding, taking blood out of one's body, is not permissible. Cutting the nails, extracting teeth is not permissible. And finally, carrying arms is not permissible. Now, I know the numbering has got a little bit weird here, but believe me, there are 25 things here. So apologies, the technology didn't help me there, but these are 25 things. Now, each one of these has details, and many of the questions probably pertain to many of the things that are covered here. And this is where I need your help. I can't do this on my own. I will send you a copy of the PDF of the book of Hajj and Umrah of Ayatollah Sistani. I just want from you to read 23 pages of that and familiarize yourself with each one of these prohibitions that relate to you. And each one of them then has a list of kafara. So for example, if you decide to go hunting, or if you kill an insect, then the book of Ayatollah Sistani really details it in beautifully on what is the kafara and things like that. So if you can just please help me out by reading these 23 pages, familiarizing yourself with all these things that are prohibited, and what is the penalty if you choose to do any one of these deliberately. And then after that, if there are any questions, now is the time to send them through the administrators so we can get the answers to these questions while we are still in the UK or in Canada or wherever you're coming from around the world. So please, I'll send a copy of the PDF on the group. And so please, inshallah, familiarize yourself and send me any questions that are relevant. Now, one final thing that I want to say, and we will end this video, and it will be one of the shorter videos that we've done. Before people start panicking and started to thinking about, okay, so if I can't apply perfume, I need to go hunting for odorless shampoo and odorless soap and odorless this, that, and the other. Just remember, we will only be in a state of ihram for a few hours. Merely from Masjid al-Shajara till we land in Mecca, probably a 5-hour journey. Then maybe in Mecca for 1 hour while our rooms are being allocated, we freshen up and what have you. Then we will hit the haram straight away and complete our wajib tawaf, our salah, our sa'i, our taqsir. Then all of these, most of them, except for having relations with the woman, become allowed for us. So all of these conditions we are relieved from after doing our ritual. So we're only talking about a maximum of 8, 10, 12 hours maximum. You know, you fast sometimes longer than this. So a lot of these things you stay away from and you're fasting anyway. And remember, in the last couple of videos, I mentioned how Imam Zain al-Abidin would walk from Medina to Mecca. All our Imams would walk. So for days they would have to be in a state where all these things are haram on them. If they can do it, I'm sure we can bear the pain for a few hours. In the bus, most of us will be sleeping anyway. So smell, this, that, and the other. Don't worry yourself about it, inshallah. So before you panic and you start looking for all these things, please read the 23 pages and always remember at the back of your mind that we will only be in a state of ihram only and only for 8 to 10 hours maximum, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.